Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back. If you're new, thank you for joining us today. Wow. How is everybody doing in this ajna area, this element of light, this place where we journey to get our greater insight? This is a realm of patterns and symbology. Have you paid attention to what's been showing up a lot in your lives? Any familiar patterns? My name is Deborah O'Neill. I am the CEO and founder of BlissBe.me Integrative Holistic Health. I'm here to share because I care. I work in areas of advanced integrative energy healing, kinesiology with kicking our limiting beliefs to the curb, also a certified sound healer, and working with the healing oil collectives, yoga and meditation, a teacher in the tradition of Himalayan studies, and initiate in the lineage. I love to work and study shamanism, something that I'll never call myself a shaman, as I feel that that's held for the elders. But I love to bring the work that I do together in a synthesis for our and your greater healing. So, working on the sixth chakra, the ajna, our intuition and our clarity, calls to us to take a look at our illusions and our delusions, our indecisiveness, and to come into from that place of thy will over the egocentric my will. And once we step into that thy will, then we need to work with our illusions of what we believe are our truths and take a look at them at a deeper level. And as we journey through our body and rise up in our vibration and step in and learn and explore and become curious with the truth of who you are, the truth of who I am, how I want to step forward in this life. In this life, this is no dress rehearsal. And be the best that I can be. And be in a place of bliss. And bliss is within us. It exists in every second of every moment of every day. And with each rising level, so does our bliss rise. But to not appreciate the bliss that's in the moment, even if we're in a little bit of the dumpster. Because life is filled with contrasts, and what the beauty of the contrast is, we learn what it is that we don't want. And then that allows us to take a deeper look, if we take the time, to the other side. So what is it that I want? What is it that you want? I'm really feeling called at this time to really cleanse my space, to purify me, to purify my thoughts. And different steps that we've talked about to help with that purification. But once again, it comes back to our cellular health. How are we purifying this vessel, this organism that we support? Through our thoughts. Because our thoughts, our mind brings in our chaos or our bliss. So are we allowing the mind to control us, or are we controlling the mind? Are we giving the mind the parameters in which to operate with our changing belief systems? So many questions, right? So much work, so little time. But it all comes down to focusing on what is most important so that we can maintain that focus, that grounded place where we create that safety of container for ourselves. So we're not searching for safety. So the body feels safety and feels comfort. We don't have a saber-toothed tiger chasing after us as we're grasping onto needing a bigger house, wanting a new vehicle, needing more money, needing more safety. Feeling unsafe and going to that place of fear, that place of contraction, rather than living in this place of expansion. And now here we delve into a vastness, a vast that's beyond comprehension. So there's no use trying to understand this vastness, but to sit in this peacefulness and allow yourself to explore the vastness. And from that witness place where we can actually see ourselves exploring that vastness. But then we don't want to go into the vastness unless we're grounded. So we've got our safety container, we're building our groundedness as we connect to that central crystalline core of the earth. You know, if a light is not grounded, if an electrical outlet is not grounded, we have a higher propensity to be electrocuted throughout different areas in our home. The importance of groundedness. You know, even I was talking to my dad when I was first explaining grounded, centering, and aligning to my dad. He totally got it because of his trade background. He was like, oh yeah, if you have a chicken coop and you don't have your chicken coop grounded, well then guess what? Your chickens are gonna die. And I said, really? Wow, I didn't know that. And to him, that's just common sense, growing up on a farm. So it's so interesting to make the correlation in all the different areas, but we can't focus on all those different areas. So what do you think is the most important area to focus on? This. Our cellular health, our mental health, our emotional health, our physical health, our spiritual relational health. So this is asking, so what are you doing for your spiritual health? What does that look like? It can be as simple as focusing on meditation. That's the best place. I don't think that there should be a day without being in meditation. And if that sounds unrealistic, then take 24 hours of the day, times it by 60, and take 10% of those in minutes and say, I devote that to me. Just no different than taking 10% of your income and investing it for future fun or future desires. Take that time. And if you can't do 10, then start with 5. And it sounds ridiculous, but you got to start somewhere. I had to start somewhere. I was like, okay, where am I going to fit all this stuff in? Oh my gosh, my day is so busy, it's so full. Where am I going to fit this stuff in? Incorporate it into your work. Incorporate it into, oh, my incense is coming right in, it's smoking over. I'm feeling a strong desire to clear my space, so I've brought my incense closer to me. It's sandalwood. It's something that I find very, very grounding. One of my resources, my external resources, my internal resources. Taking this work in to wherever it is that you work. Holding a 5-minute meeting in the morning. Taking that time to ground, center, and align. And then document it. See how it makes a difference in performance. See how it makes a difference in the overall personality of the environment. Maybe the person that's off regularly is not off so regularly. Maybe you feel the difference how you are showing up. This is the beauty of this area. And it steps into, when we look at the symbology, it speaks to archetypical structures or descriptions of our forefathers and our foremothers, an accumulation of, a father today is following in the archetype of the fathers of yesterday. The mother today is following in the archetypes of the mothers of yesterday. As far back as goddesses or gods, they're bringing forward, Carl Jung brings forward these appearances of what follows us intergenerationally over thousands of years. And I've studied it over and over and over again in the years, and every time I learn something new, every time I see something differently, every time I break down that illusion or that delusion, every time I revisit it, I get more decisive in my ability to understand it and communicate it. And it's still not my top subject that I love to communicate. But you know, when I take it into the membership, I'd love to find out if it's something you'd like to learn more about, because I would step back into it to get that deeper and deeper grounding into that archetypes. Because the more that we understand about our beingness, the more that we remember our beingness, we remember who came before us, and the knowledge and the DNA or the intergenerational trauma that was before us follows us. It creates our illusions. It creates our delusions. Our delusions are just a series of illusions that create that grasping to that illusion to turn it into that delusion, which zaps us of our energy. It doesn't move us forward. Wow. I giggle with what shows up every day. I giggle with what comes about, because I had a page marked and I didn't even have a chance to speak to it. Oh, yes. Another thing that I wanted to talk about with symbology and the patternings that we get with this area that we're working with. And you know, when we talked about stones and crystals yesterday, and how magnificent they are, and the value that they can bring to us and our energy field, and imbue health and calm and peace and connectivity, was that of the altar. To find a little something, a little place, and it can be all over your house. It could be just one little area that you put that little symbol of your representation of perhaps this journey or this day, or when you've had an epiphany or a moment, an aha moment, and you go out for a walk and something captures your eye. There's a resonance there. So bring it into your space and allow these pieces, these symbols, to have resonance in your environment. And it's no different than those beautiful crafted, the spider webs, the dream healers, the dream catchers. That's the symbology for the importance of this area, because the dreams make up this area. That's my take on it anyways. There's much deeper meaning to that. But to bring in those little things, that backpack of rocks that I carried all through India for a month and brought them home, and they fill my environment with resonance, and they help me to create a harmonic coherence, a harmonic resonance in my life as I share this space with my children, my family, my friends, my clients, you and me on retreat here and at an urban immersion. We get to experience some fire ceremony. We get to experience each other and create intentions, and the next day come back and spend 12 hours together sharing food and sharing thoughts and learning and being curious and educating ourselves in things that are important to us, you and me. Let's go into the importance of grounding and centering and aligning now, because it's so vitally important in my belief. This is where we can walk. This is where we stand. This is where we feel our safety. This is where we understand and witness our emotions and heal through our felt sense in our cellular structure, in our beingness, and find the fire to transmute those thoughts and feelings that do not work for us. Turn them to ashes. Allow those ashes to nourish and fortify what needs to be fortified. As we build and expand into new resources, new ways of being, new ways to love, a deeper love. All because we're grounding and centering and aligning and taking this energy as we rise up in our energy. And into the gateway, this portal. This is our portal for our mind and body connection. This is also our portal for death. But death can come to us in many ways because with death, we also have the opportunity for rebirth. Whether we feel like we're the phoenix, burning down, but yet we resurrect. We may cry like a baby in the fetal position on the floor with what's going on in the world, but yet we stand, we resurrect. As we come into the intuition and the clarity, as we let go of illusion and delusion, and we come up to this top Sahasrara, we go into divine mind of creator source energy. As we align, here we center, here we ground, here we center, here we align, all congruently. And feeling that sensoriness so that we have feeling. So we turn on our feelings and we allow and give ourselves permission to feel the feelings. We give ourselves permission to heal those feelings. Because when we heal ourselves, we heal all. And love every nasty part of ourselves as we heal it and transmute it and lay it to rest so that we can fortify ourselves with that energy. We're not giving that energy anymore. It's zapping our energy. Lay it to rest and rise in that energy as we come up. Thank you for being here today. Thank you so much for being here today. Let's feel our feet on the floor and allow those tree roots and etheric feet to go down into the central core of the earth. And breathe them up through the legs and the lower abdomen, and as we engage the lower deep diaphragmatic breath and into the ribs and the back body. And breathe it up into the chest and allow that to expand. And feeling it come over the shoulders as it drops our shoulders, probably a good 2 to 4 inches, and into down our arms and into our hands. And up through the neck and over the head. Clearing Mother Earth energy and out the top Sahasrara. Feeling that Mother Earth energy, that red, beautiful, grounded, safety, container, nurturing energy as it washes back down the outside of our body, feeling it on all the nerve endings. And come into that centering place. And feel that point where the body is centered. And if you don't feel it, that's okay. It will come. And aligning, taking that point from the center core of the earth through the Sushumna, through the spine and out the top of the head, and that fine line to divine. No detours, just a straight fine line to divine. Past the solar system, past the galaxies, Milky Way, into the universe, cosmos, place of many names. And bring that energy, allow it to cascade down that fine line, that golden white energy. Permission to receive, permission to heal whatever needs to be healed at this point in time in our lives, in your life, in my life, in the collective lives. The work that we do is for you, it's for me, it's for all. As we step into this realm of the psychic energy, of the clairvoyance, of the intuition, and we learn to trust that. And looking at, what do I want to cultivate in my life? What have I cultivated in the past that I want to leave behind, that's showing up as my own illusion? Maybe it's so strong it's a delusion. Maybe it's even stronger than that, that it's an obsession. Maybe it's even stronger than that, and it's an addiction. I believe we can be addicted to chaos. I believe that there's a possibility that we can be addicted to chaos because that's what we know, and it's through chaos that we reach harmony. And in order to reach harmony, we first must experience chaos. That's not true. Harmony is here. Harmony is with love. I think that's the beauty of the personal altar. It allows me to walk up to my altar and look and just observe and feel and remember why it's on there and remember the love that I have in my heart. Remember the experiences of the unseen. Remember why I'm here. Remember why I'm doing the work. So gather little things along the way, because that's a great resource. As we go in and do this work, it can be really difficult, as you well know, as you well see, as experience here today. Two varying degrees of a pandemic, but yet very much the same. It's a virus. Embedded in years and years and years. It's just come through all these years, and as it comes through all these years, it mutates into a new existence. It changes and shifts to out-trick the tricksters that believe that we're making change when there is really no change. It's still a virus. Let's go into our mantra meditation for 2 minutes and sit with whatever is important to you right here and right now, whatever intuitively is coming up to you in this insight, in this place. Sit with that. Sit with that. And don't give it meaning making. Stay out of the mind. Sit with the so-hum. Bring that in to the consciousness. It's already in there. It's already in your vortex of evolution or involution, which way you're working with it. And sit with it. And give it permission to tell you more. Ask and receive. Engaging the deep diaphragmatic breath if it hasn't already been engaged. Inhaling on so. Exhaling on hum. Inhaling on so. Exhaling on hum. Bringing your inhalation a little deeper and your exhalation a little longer. No jerks. Our goal is through the nose. And if that doesn't work for you, do what does, because the last thing we want to do is bring a stress into the body. This work is not about creating stress. It works with the edge of it. Thank you so much for sitting with me today. I was happy to see that in the Entity of Judith book that I was going to reference today. My teacher, Sri Aurobindo Ghosh from South India, is quoted in here. Sri Aurobindo has described intuition as the flash of a match in the darkness, in this vastness. For one brief moment, the whole room comes to light. We can see its size and shape and the furniture and objects within it as an immediate whole experience. The flash of intuition is a momentary illumination of the psyche that reveals its underlying wholeness. As we grow in awareness, especially through meditation practices, he says, we learn to sustain these illuminated moments for longer periods of time. It's like drawing back the curtain in the Vedic as well. Our offering today from the Mother, from her beautiful Light Within guidance cards. I have this beautiful picture of each of them, Sri Aurobindo and the Mother, that I keep within the cards. There it is. That was quick. Effort. No effort is lost. There is always an answer, even if it's not perceived. Effort, well directed, breaks down all obstacles. Be steady in your aspiration, and it is sure to be granted. No effort is lost. There is always an answer, even if it is not perceived. Effort, well directed, breaks down all obstacles. Be steady in your aspiration, and it is sure to be granted. The effort to break down the illusion and the delusion. The effort to do this work, the effort to stand, the effort to take action. If there's no action taken, the soul lives for action. It's like, whoa, she's awake. She's awake. We're going to work today. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Make it a great day.